Hello and welcome to another episode of I Am Your Father, a father-son Star Wars podcast. Extra special unboxing episode. So today is Monday, September 4th. So if it's Monday, September 4th, that means Friday, September 1st, Saturday, September 2nd, and Sunday, September 3rd were the Force Friday weekend celebration. Actually, it's Force Friday 2. And that is a very exciting time for all of us Star Wars fans, as that's when all the cool new toys and stuff get released. So my wife, very accommodating, allowed me to go to several different places to kind of see what was going on. By far, our local Target had the biggest display with, they had a lot going on, and their staff was very into it and stuff like that. But I went to a couple of other stores. They also had a lot of neat little merchandise as well. So I'm just going to kind of show some of the highlights of some stuff that we picked up. We're going to start over here. So these are trading cards. Now they've had trading cards, series of Star Wars trading cards, essentially ongoing forever. But these are kind of like the reissuance or the return of the Galactic Files, and that was a line of cards that they had several years ago that just hasn't been around. So I picked up a little booster box set. It was $20. And that came with 10 packs of cards plus a medallion card. And I just wanted to show you some of these. So this is the medallion card that I got. Several of the recent series have also had medallion cards. But it's a thick card. It's got this metal medallion. In this instance, it's the Death Star. Then on the back, congratulations, you've got a commemorative medallion card from a Star Wars A New Hope, and as you can see, it's the Galactic Files. These cards are pretty cool. They cover all the range of all the movies, all the way up, including Rogue One. And there's a core set which has this black border, and then there's parallel sets, as they always do, because you can't get just one. That have the blue background. Some have an orange background. There is a green background, and then the rarest is this purple background. So identical sets, each with the individual backgrounds. And there's some other individual subsets, vehicles and locations and stuff like that. Quick and easy kind of thing to get into regarding Star Wars collecting. Very cool. Moving on. So Hot Wheels always does a bunch of cool stuff. When it comes to Star Wars. They have a great relationship with the brand. So I picked up a couple of different things. So first we have the core Hot Wheels cars. These are their character cars line. They did them for The Force Awakens. They have them for essentially all the movies. I happened to pick up the one for BB-9E. He's the Imperial version of BB-8. I think he just looks pretty cute. So we're going to go ahead and open this. Now, do not panic, all you collectors out there. I'd like you to remember that our rule is if it's anything you can pick up at a mass merchandising retailer for under $5, it's not a collectible. It is truly a toy. So there it is. It's really neat. These, if you're into Hot Wheels and tracks like my youngest son is, these cars always run great on those. And here we have the full list of everything that you can expect along with the Last Jedi series. Another thing that they do is the individual ships. So this one is Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer. Now, one thing you have to be careful of when it comes to the toys is sometimes you can spoil parts of the movie. The TIE Silencer, the design has already been released. We already know that it exists and what it looks like, so that's why it's one that I picked up and that I'm showing. Again, these ships are really cool. They're all die-cast. They're not super expensive. They have the detail that you would expect for a toy of its cost and size. Let me get it out of here if I can. Show you what this looks like. So there's a big series of these, that you can just display and put on a shelf. They're really cool. I'm a big fan of the TIE Fighters, so whenever a new version of those come out, I'm always into that. So there you have it, the TIE Silencer. Again, another little pamphlet showing all the vehicles that you can expect from this series. Okay. Moving on. So one thing, it's kind of odd. Books usually come out on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. But Phasma, this is the story of Captain Phasma, her rise through the ranks of stormtroopers in the First Order, up to becoming the character that she is when we first meet her in The Force Awakens. This is her backstory. This is the first of the Journey to Star Wars: The Last Jedi series. There's going to be a companion comic book that goes with this book. There's going to be a Princess Leia book. There's all kinds of books that came out on Friday. This is the one I picked up. I'll be reading it soon. I'm in the middle of reading Inferno Squad right now. Once I'm done with that and get a review posted, I'll dive into this and let you know how this is. But this looks really, really good. Can't wait to get into it. Okay. Moving on. If you've watched the show before, you know I'm a fan of Funkos. So I picked up the BB-9E Funko. He's pretty cool. I just, the BB droids are really neat. I just like the way they look. It's really kind of like a break from your traditional droid, kind of makeup and stuff like that. And I'm really a fan of them. This guy looks pretty cool. So I picked him up. It's your typical Funko build. I like this one especially because it's really the only Funko that, when it comes out, it actually looks like the character, because you couldn't really make the head any bigger. So he'll look nice sitting next to my BB-8 one from The Force Awakens. Okay, now on to some of the collectibles that people really like to get, and that's all stuff from the Black Series. So this is Hasbro's high-end retail line collectible. Better molds, typically more a better built figure. We're going to start here. So I took him out. So this is the 6-inch Black Series of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Been waiting for this to come out ever since he made his reappearance in Rebels Season 3 last year. This is just a really, really good mold. As you can see, he actually really kind of looks like what you saw, represented from the original Timothy Zahn books, Heir to the Empire, etc., versus how he looks in the animated series. Very simple, comes with just the single blaster. Very, very cool. I love how he looks. He's going to make a great addition to my shelf. Now on to the big guns here. So the Black Series came out with these centerpiece pieces. They have an initial release of 2. These are not inexpensive at all, but they show 2 iconic scenes from the movies. The first one we have is Darth Vader boarding the Tantive 4, and then we have Luke Skywalker on the Battle of Hoth. So from A New Hope and then Empire Strikes Back. There is a little bit of build time to these, so I've already built them. So we're just going to go ahead and reveal them one at a time. So here we have the Darth Vader one. And it's a really cool, this is a single pose. You can't really move the figure any more than what it is. The capes, everything is kind of hard molded in that position. It's a really, really, really good mold. It's a great scene. They did a really good job of kind of representing how that scene looked when he came through. Now, when we first saw him, he just walked through that doorway, but this really is a great version of that. And the coolest thing with this is that it lights up. and the explosion the version there, just twinkling. You have the glowing door like it was just cut with his lightsaber. It's just a really, really cool piece. I'm so glad they did this. I can't wait to see what some of the other ones are. So we'll go ahead and turn this off. Maybe. There we go. And we'll move on to Luke. So on for the reveal for this. Now, this comes with, and I didn't mention this about the Darth Vader one, but I'll show you on this one because it's the same. So here we have Luke running over the foot of an AT-AT, an AT-AT, however you choose to say it. And this also has a light up feature with kind of the twinkling explosions. Now with this, you can remove this front snow piece and add this one, and as you can see, it actually has footprints here in the snow, so you can add some snow troopers or some AT-AT pilots, the stormtroopers that were in the battle. You can do that as well with this. Now the Darth Vader one also had those, so you could put a couple of stormtroopers behind him coming through the door. Again, the mold, and what I like best about the Luke one here is that if we kind of get into it, if we get a little close up here, the kind of detail here on the arm and uniform, that is, you can see where it's dirty, it's not crisp and clean. He obviously, was, and as we know in this scene, he was in his snowspeeder and he crashed. It kind of shows that there. On this, another thing I thought was really, really cool, they include pegs to stand the other figures, here once you get them, which is really cool. They make sure that you can actually set up an actual authentic looking scene that'll stay together. I'm going to leave this one on here until I get some other ones. If I get some other figures, I'll take a picture and post it to the Facebook page. So that's really it in regards to what I picked up for Force Friday. We'll leave the two big ones up here as we sign off. Please check out the pictures of some of the other things that were available, including the Poe Dameron Black Series helmet. There were some drones. There was some new Sphero stuff. All that stuff has been posted to the Facebook page, as well as some of the hologram images I got off of the Star Wars app as part of Find the Force scavenger hunt over the weekend. Again, check out the Facebook page, www.iamyourfatherpod.facebook.com, the core website, www.iamyourfatherpod.wordpress.com, for all the latest and greatest coming up to Star Wars. Thank you very much, and have a great night.